I haven't spoken to a camera in so long that this is like take 20. I recently had a really cool opportunity to work with this company called Shedtracks. What Shedtracks is it's a platform that does play-along drum tracks. But it is not just any play-along platform, there's a lot of those. Shedtracks is really special, and I'm going to explain why. In this video, I'm basically going to break down what Shedtracks are, how to use them, who they're good for, how you can kind of go on the website and get them, and all that good stuff, so stay tuned. Shedtracks is a company that was started by Colin McCullough. He has actually become one of my favorite drummers because he posts really insightful stuff on Instagram. He is the current drummer for Israel Houghton and the New Breed, so he is an incredible player and obviously an incredible businessman, because this idea of Shedtracks is a really good one. So Shedtracks, play along tracks, you kind of just download them, play drums to them, and that's how they work. But I think Shedtracks is a better platform than most other drumless track platforms for a few very specific reasons, which we'll get into. But I think first, let's just hop onto the website and I'll show you how to work it from there. So here we are on the Shedtracks website. As you can see here, this is the home page. If you want to come onto here to buy play along tracks to drum along to, you're going to click on drumless tracks. And as we wait for that to load, so here we go. So currently there are 59 tracks. These get updated all the time and all of them sound awesome. Yeah, they kind of get released in packs with like different types of styles. So you'll see here on these images, when they have the same image, they tend to sound a bit similar. But anyway, every single one of these tracks here sounds epic. And again, they are all Shedtracks. That basically, the idea is that you play along to them on the drums and you're going to be like shredding chops as you play to these. They kind of created to make that space for you to play what you can on the drums around them. So what you're going to do when you want to buy one of these is just click add to cart. It will add it to your cart. Each Shedtrack obviously has a price. Most of them are $5.99, but you can see here some of them are a bit cheaper, some of them are a bit more expensive. If you use my discount code, you're going to get 10% off. So that discount code will be Breadclo Drums, but I will put that in the description just to remind you when you read it, and click the link to come to this website. Yeah, so here let's go to the pack section. You can get a full pack of Shedtracks for way less than you would if you were to buy each of them individually, which obviously is a lot more worth it. They're separated by kind of points in time where they were released. And cool, here's the top 20 bestsellers. These are the ones that get purchased the most. So when I was looking through these, I actually realized that I have heard these before. Obviously, because I watch Instagram drummers and they play along to these. A lot of the gospel guys like Aaron Spears and Eric Moore and those types of drummers are really love these types of tracks. So they are really good for that style of playing, which is obviously the whole goal. Yeah. So yeah, as I said, as we're going through the website, Shedtracks, you're basically using these tracks to practice chops to, and kind of use chops in a musical setting while hitting hits and kind of musical arrangements. You kind of need to play to those. So you're not just chopping for the sake of chopping, you have to take your chops and apply them. One thing I've kind of realized about many drummers is they view Shedtracks as a kind of a platform that only gospel drummers use. Just the nature of the music, it's the nature of the arrangements, the sounds. But I think Shedtracks are really good for any type of drummer, no matter what style you play and no matter what difficulty level you are. Just a warning, you're going to see drummers play to these Shedtracks who are incredible, like some of the best drummers in the world. But even as a beginner, you can really benefit from these songs because there are different levels on the website. There's no like leveling system to the music, but you can just go and listen to the previews and you can hear some songs are easier than others. So if you are a beginner, I wouldn't say don't try this stuff. Really do try it, because it is what pushes you. A few other arguments I've heard is some drummers don't see like the need for chops. Chops are kind of these fast things that crazy drummers play just for the sake of it, just to post on Instagram or that type of thing. But here's an analogy, right? So if you're driving really fast on a highway and you then go into the suburbs and you start driving slowly, I don't know if you felt this, but I feel this all the time. I'm like flip, I'm going so slow, but I feel so in control of this car right now. That's kind of how chops work with drumming. When you play fast chops blazing around the kit, when you go back to the easier stuff, you'll feel more in control and more kind of in tune with what you can play. And the better you get at playing chops cleanly and musically, the better you're going to get in kind of restraining yourself and playing very comfortably in the slower stuff. So these Shedtracks will push you to get better in the most intense way, but they'll also kind of on the side make you a lot better at playing simpler stuff, simply because you can play this hectic stuff. And it's kind of this like looping thing as you get better at playing chops to tracks like this, and then you kind of get better at music in general, which is why I think these Shedtracks are so incredible. So overall, I think Shedtracks is an awesome platform. I recommend these songs to anyone, any drummer that is out there, no matter what your skill level. Just go onto the website, find a few tracks that you like the sound of, download them, and then just play along, see what you can do. Again, if you follow the link in my description, you will get a 10% discount if you type in the code BrettClerDrums when ordering any Shedtrack. I'm going to end this video off by playing a full Shedtrack. This track is called Samurai. There's a bit of a disclaimer. Before editing this video, I typed in Samurai Shedtracks on YouTube, and there were some incredible drummers playing to this. I am not them. I am Brett Cler, the drum teacher. I'm not Brett Cler, the performer. I can perform, I can play with bands or whatever, but my chopping abilities are, as the years go on and I do it less, it's kind of not as impressive as other stuff you'll watch, so just kind of keep that in mind. But anyway, I'm going to practice these Shedtracks like I suggest you use them as well to get better at playing this type of thing. What I really struggled with, which is what I know a lot of my students in the past have struggled with, is nailing hits while kind of playing drum fills and stuff. You'll see a lot of drummers are really good at this, but it's a skill that we all need to work on, is kind of playing patterns that you've practiced beforehand, but now you kind of need to apply those as hits land in the music. That is something that these tracks really help you improve with. So anyway, Shedtracks, awesome platform. I highly suggest going to check it out. Link in my description, BrettClerDrums, code 10% off. Here is Samurai played by me.